let's go to the Sun Belt. Texas State at Coastal Carolina. Did
This
someone
is some good
say
football.
gigantic Sun Belt East implications? I mean, we're looking at. Oh, you're back. You just froze
There we
out there for a
are.
second. Gigantic Sun Belt implications here. Coastal Carolina, despite not having Grayson McCall for however long, is playing good football. Playing good football. So that is a picture of Jared Guest if you're watching on YouTube right now. There's a chance that he does not play on Saturday. Now, he didn't play this past Saturday. And what do we know? What do we know about Big E? Big Ethan? That kid, he's a good athlete. Coming from Virginia, he was a really, really good athlete. Kind of a homecoming party for him, playing at Old Dominion. I thought he played well in the second half because I don't even think the coaching staff knew that Jared Guest was going to be out that game. I don't think that they knew. So Ethan Vasco got the start. Didn't look good in the first half. And then in the last 14 minutes of that game, he looked like a dude. If you know anything about Ethan Vasco, he's from Virginia, committed to Kansas, which you know immediately if Lance Leipold wanted him my quarterback, it's probably a good thing.
And I'd want him, yeah.
6'3", 180, incredibly athletic. He actually has a pretty good arm too, from what I saw in that game. And I think he has the Virginia high school record of 10 touchdowns in a game. So he's a redshirt freshman. That was his first career start. Awesome work from him to come back in that game. Old Dominion down 21-6, finding a way because he's got weapons out there, right? Pickney, right? CJ Beasley. I mean, he's got talent. Jared
But
Brown,
yeah,
who I don't know.
yeah,
I think Jared Brown's gonna be injured. I don't know if he's gonna come back for this game. Regardless, he's still got weapons. So either way, even if Jared Guest plays, I don't see I can see a scenario where both of these quarterbacks get work in this game.
I think Vasco brings something to the offense that's I'm not gonna say it's been missing, but like it's a nice element. It's a really nice element.
That 2-point conversion play that where Jared Guest is like he went in at quarterback. So I don't know why he was out. Right, I think he was ailment is what they said. I don't know what it was. Gets a snap, hands it off to Vasco, who was playing running back for them. I mean, so awesome. So I like when I first looked at this line, I was really like I had trouble picturing. I'm like, why is Texas State only a 1.5 point favorite? TJ Finley's been awesome. Marty, once again, one of the best running backs in the entire country at this point. That zero people are talking about. Zero people are talking about. A great wide receiver core. I mean, I don't know. But then I kept looking at Coastal Carolina. Their defense has been playing better these last 4 games. They're on a 4-game tear right now, and they get these guys at home. So Coastal's going to be that place is going to be pretty rowdy, if you ask me. The place is going to be pretty rowdy.
Yeah, this is a really interesting game. Like, there's a reason we're covering this game. I do think TJ Finley, what we saw last week against Georgia Southern, super impressive. Good to see him get back to like playing a really good quarterback. Like he started the year off really hot and kind of got a little bit cold in the middle there, and now he's playing really good football. Obviously, you mentioned like the running backs there. Like it's a very good roster. As for the like this game matters here for Coastal Carolina. Obviously, we assume that James Madison is not going to be playing in the Sun Belt Championship. Obviously, they appealed this week. They're hoping to get that reversed. Because if they can make a bowl game, then they're eligible for the Sun Belt Championship game, which would be an awesome game against presumably Troy. But Coastal Carolina right now is atop the East on the Sun Belt and looking to get revenge here. That this team, no matter the quarterback, it's just been plug and chug, and it started out a little slow for them, but they're fine. They're kicking into gear, and obviously that blue turf, right? That's awesome. It's awesome there. Oh, it's hard to do it, man. It's hard to do it. Give me Vasco. Give me Vasco.
Wow.
1.5. I'll take it. I don't care. I'll take him to win if that's the case. Like, I just think something special about that. The way he comes in, it adds, like I mentioned, another element to this team. Deep throw with Pickney. Got some guys over the middle. Vasco. I just love it. I love it for Coastal.
Yeah, I mean, I like Coastal in the spot. I mean, they're a hot football team right now. They're a very hot football team. And Texas State's defense has been very vulnerable. So if there's a game like here is my thing though, right? Texas State has a full game of film now on Vasco, right? They can prepare for both him and Jarrett Guest is a pretty good quarterback too in his own right, right? You know,
Yep.
he's a veteran, and he played really, really well against Marshall. Granted, Marshall's they are on the stink alert. They are stinky, stinky, stinky. But yeah, I do really like those quarterbacks. What's crazy is that the third string quarterback for Coastal Carolina is very good at quarterback. He's very good, which not a lot of schools can say it all. Like, would you take Vasquez as your backup quarterback at Minnesota right now over Cole Kramer?
Yes, in a heartbeat. I'd take him as I'd think about him for starter. And I like Aiden. I like Aiden.
Whoa. After one game? No, I mean,
It's
I
been
can understand the frustration.
This is a pro Vasco show.
It is, but it's also a pro Bobcat show. Give me the Bobcats. I will fade you. Give me -1.5. I think this Texas State team, granted, Troy's just got to win this week, and then they lock up that West. Coastal Carolina also has a tough game against Army after this. They have a tough game against James Madison. Like, it's going to be tough sledding for Coastal Carolina to win the Sun Belt East. I know they're atop it right now because they're 4-2 versus Georgia Southern's 3-2, but Georgia Southern owns a tiebreaker there. So I know that they've been playing a lot better, but if they get off to a slow start like they did against Old Dominion, right? Which, by the way, shout out Jason Henderson, 22 total tackles in that game, stud, and he's the only guy on that Old Dominion defense that is worth a damn.
Okay.
And I do think Texas State's defense is vulnerable, but what they do have is creating negative plays. And if you have a freshman quarterback in there, right, and you're not able to run the ball effectively, and you get a freshman quarterback in some third and long situations, granted, very, very athletic, with Vasco, I do think it could cause problems. So give me Texas State, give me the 1.5. So I do like your pick. Like, I don't hate your pick at all. I mean, if this was in San Marcos at Texas State, right, it would be a no-brainer, I think. It would be no-brainer. But on the road at Coastal Carolina, it's not a gimme. It's not a gimme. But Texas State has played well on the road this year. And they went to Waco, beat Baylor, right? I have their schedule pulled up right here. They went on the road and put up 30 points on Louisiana, lost late, kind of blew that game, but like they should have won that game. They dominated Southern Miss. They put up a 50 burger on them. So, I mean, they were in a ball game with UTSA, who, by the way, is one of the favorites to win the American right now. So, on the road, it hasn't rattled them, I don't think. So, just give me the quarterback that I know what I'm getting with in TJ Finley. And Mahdi, once again, is a stud. Hobart, Hawkins, great receivers. Couldn't find anything on any injury reports on either of these teams besides the quarterback position for Coastal Carolina. So if you guys have anything, Jared Brown, I guess, for Coastal, but let me know in the comments. Well, I want to know, like, fans of Texas State and Coastal Carolina, what do you think the score is going to be? Like, are you confident in this game? Like, as a Texas State Bobcat fan, right? Are you confident going into Coastal Carolina and getting this win? And Coastal Carolina fans, like, yeah, it was a great win against Old Dominion, but if you don't get off to a good start, are you confident that you can win? You know, like, against the Texas State team? Like, it's a good Texas State team.
It is.
Right? Can you keep it going? That's the question. Can you keep it going?
Player spotlight of the night, though. Joey Hobart. You mentioned him before, man. That guy's a stud. As soon as he stepped in the Sun Belt play, he's been incredible. 100 yards a game against everybody except Troy. Right, all 5'11", 180 of him. He is awesome. If you're a Sun Belt fan, you will know who he is. If you're not, I really urge you to watch out for number 10, right, in maroon there. He's a good player. That's a really good player.
Well, yeah, and another good player on the other side, right, Jared Brown, which I talked about. I mean, which is why I think it's a big deal if he's not playing in this game, because that gives Vasco another weapon that he can use, right, to win this game. Right? Jared Brown, 41 catches, 552 yards, 3 touchdowns on the year. Now, Sam Pickney is a freak at 6'4", right? He is a specimen. There's not a lot of Sun Belt players like him, right? All those guys are playing Power 5 football, Right.
But he's gonna be drawing attention and probably double cover. You have to put help over the top on him. That's why you love a guy like Jared Brown. That
Yeah.
you can
Well,
go.
CJ Beasley stepped up last game. Like, I think they have some guys, but Jared Brown is very, very good. I think a lot of Coastal Carolina players would argue that he is the most explosive player on that team.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's a
it hurts
basketball.
if he's questionable or he's not playing, like that hurts. So for me, quarterback uncertainty, Jared Brown questionable. Give me Texas State.